Hi, I'm Deena Ramsey, an NLP practitioner and a life coach. I want to talk about raising our sons in the Middle East. What does that even mean, raising our sons? Well, here's my take on this. Why do we continue to do our sons a huge disservice by not stretching them far enough? And what I mean by that, why don't we stretch our little boys as often as we stretch our little girls? Why don't we really prepare them for the challenges of society and the challenges of the world? Why don't we raise our sons to become productive members of society? All of the society, not just for their moms or their dads or their siblings, for the whole world, especially the opposite sex. You see, little boys or men in our society have gendered pressure. You are only self-achieved and you only really exist when your financial status is successful. Your financial status is what validates your actual existence. I personally think that little boys that grow up to be men in our society are much, much more than that. You are more than your financial status. You are more than your polygamous relationships, because you were programmed and conditioned to prove your masculinity over and over and over again. This is too much pressure. Why don't we teach our sons to cook and do laundry? Why don't we teach our sons to be more emotional or more compassionate? Why are we ashamed to nurture their emotional IQ? Why are we ashamed to nurture them and get them in touch with their feminine side? Is it against their masculinity? Is it against our programming? And who's to say that this programming isn't 100% negative anyway? We treat little boys in our society like they were non-human. I've seen mothers tell up baby boys, "Don't cry, you're a man." What does that even mean? Boys need to be raised as human beings, flesh and blood. It's okay if boys are vulnerable. It's okay if boys are fragile. It's okay if boys cry. It's okay because they were human. It's okay for them to exercise all these beautiful gifts that were given to them by God. Why do we suppress their emotions? Why do we encourage our boys to implode? Because if they explode, they're fragile. And fragility in our society for men is the equivalent of being non-masculine. If you're fragile, then you're not a man. Why would we want to expose our boys to so much pressure? I have an idea. Why don't we prepare them for real life? Teach them about love, compassion, hugs and kisses. Prepare them to become true gentlemen, positive members of society. Teach them to open doors and pull chairs. Teach them a concept of ladies come first. Not because ladies are more superior, because it's more gentlemanly-like and more courteous of a man to do so. Male ego and how we feed it is extremely destructive. We tell our sons all we need you to do is eat well, sleep well, achieve good grades. We feed into their ego by teaching them and programming them that society wants nothing of them, absolutely nothing, that all they need to do is love themselves and achieve financial success. And then we wonder why they grow up to become self-centered, selfish males with only limited capacities and capabilities of interacting in a positive, balanced way with the rest of the world or the opposite sex. Raise your son to become that gentleman that you wish for your daughter. Raise your son to become that gentleman that you wished for yourself. Raise your son to live the life that he wants. Don't raise your son or condition him to live his life to please you. Raise your sons to become free men, to love love and love respect.